What is up, YouTube? It's Malik back again with another video. Today we are going to be reacting to 5 conservatives rank themselves on the political spectrum. I like to consider myself a bit of a conservative. No, not because I hate gay people or I'm racist or I'm a bigot and I just hate women with every being of my body. I like to consider myself a conservative because I value traditional roles, traditional values, and just, not overly valuing the quick and fleeting pleasures that a lot of the more liberal and politically forward people do, if you know what I mean. We're gonna go ahead and get started with the video.
Trans women in biological women's sports. I honestly think it's a case-by-case basis.
Why do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis? Because I don't think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
If you had to rank yourself against others based on a specific trait, what would it say about how you see them and how they see you? To find out, we brought together 5 conservatives and had them rank each other least to most politically right. Then, we had them take the political compass test and rearrange them based on how right they actually are. This is ranking.
I'm Hunter. I do security for a living. I believe in Jesus. I don't really go to church, but that's how I was brought up. Also a little bit more libertarian than I am authoritarian. So smaller government, if any.
I'm Cameron. I am not religious at all. I am agnostic. I was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. I am very, very pro-gun. I believe it's my equalizer. I will never be as strong as a stronger male, but I definitely have my right to my Second Amendment and will use it if need be.
My name is
Hey, you gotta respect the right to bear arms. There are too many times where people with a weapon or even no weapon are attacking or just trying to hurt someone who is just not as physically capable as them. A lot of the times a weapon, in some cases a gun, is the only way that they can level the playing field and keep their life. So, I mean, having a weapon definitely can get you out of some sticky situations.
You can also call me Navi, like from Legend of Zelda. When it comes to my political views, I describe myself as fiscally conservative, but socially I follow more of a
Fiscal conservatism. I've never heard of this term before. Let's read. The belief that the economy functions best with minimal government influence. Hey, that's kind of how I see things, like allowing people and small businesses to kind of work things out themselves. I think that's one thing that if we had been implementing so far, we probably would be in a better economic state at the moment. That's just me. That's just me.
Paleo-libertarian, school of thought. So I would describe myself as a very, constitutionalist. I'm very...
Paleo-libertarianism. Wait, what? Paleo-libertarianism, a political philosophy of right libertarianism. That's a fucked word, man.
Libertarianism.
Stupid. A political philosophy of right libertarian... that combines traditional conservative cultures, values, and social philosophy with a libertarian opposition to government intervention. Again, something else I definitely agree with. The old way is, in most cases, the best way.
Much so support the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, but I'd be considered more left-leaning on some other topics, such as
Can I just point out, none of the people in this video look like your average everyday cookie cutter conservative. Part of that, I think, is on Jubilee. They kind of wanted to break the stigma of what a cliche conservative would look like, but these dudes do not look conservative. Maybe the white girl. These people are not giving conservative vibes. If you ask me, I'm not seeing it.
I'm an environmentalist. I very much so support the LGBT community because a lot of my friends are part of it. I'm part of it. To be more specific, I'm bisexual. Yeah, and that's also, by the way, the first time I'm saying that publicly.
Oh, well, congratulations.
My name is Kelly.
Oh shit. Did he just come out on a Jubilee video? So all of us, you and me, we all found out that he was bisexual before his family, for his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister, before his friend. You and I got the coming out exclusive of Navi.
From New York, living in Washington, D.C. I am religious. I'm Jewish. I don't support the LGBT.
Hold on.
It's Kelly. I am from New York, living in Washington, D.C. I am religious. I'm Jewish.
I don't want to come off as insensitive or ignorant, but I was under the understanding that Jewish people were white, because not only is it a religion, but isn't it a race as well? I might sound real dumb right now, but I could be wrong.
I don't support the LGBT community at all. I'm not anti-gay or anything, but I do support traditional values in the home. However,
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't think you have to be a homophobe, transphobe, or LGBT phobe to not support the LGBT rainbow alphabet community people. You can think it's not the right thing to do and not be afraid of them or deny their existence or hate them. That's how I feel. A lot of people think that just because you think that gay people shouldn't be gay, that you instantly just hate gay people. And I don't even think you need to be religious to take that stance. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Don't 100% believe that my religious values have anything to do with my conservative values. I try to keep religion out of the way because I know that there are conservatives who are not religious.
I'm Maui. I'm originally from Colorado.
I see what she means. I like to keep religion out of discussions that determine like what's right and what's wrong and what should be allowed, because discussing your religion is just an easy way for them to disqualify your argument and just say you believe in fairy tale make-believe stories. So I mean, if you're gonna try to convince a liberal using the Bible, the Quran, or whatever book the Jews use, is not the way to go in most cases. That's just my experience.
What do you think are like traditions that conservatives hold?
Liking guns. I mean, he was painting with a broad brush. It's common sense things. I think support Constitution. Like, I agree with all the amendments.
Just the general idea that like you should be able to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, and if you put in the hard work, you can get to where you want to be. The beauty of
Facts! That's facts, man. Oh, these days, it's so many people, especially the liberals, they just want to be victims. They just want to be able to blame their inadequacies and the situations they're in on somebody else. I love that Navi just said, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and get the shit done. No matter what. That's how it should be. Always, at all times.
This country, no matter who you are, obviously some people have certain factors that will like, you know, make it easier or like harder for them. But I feel like in this country, with the amount of opportunity that we have, you can be anyone and get to where you want to be.
This is an interesting question. I don't think being conservative has anything to do with your political affiliation. I think those things are separate, and I think a lot of people confuse the two. We just talked about how the Black community, the Indian community, the Mexican community, they're all, a lot of them are conservatives, but they're left-leaning.
I really do believe, like, I don't care what you do in your life. You're a grown adult. You have no effect on me. I'm not religious.
We don't give a Jesus! We don't give a
It's like, don't force your religion down my throat. Don't force your opinions down my throat. We can have a discussion. I'm very open to having dialogue.
Wait, did anyone force their religion down her throat? I don't remember them trying to turn her, or is she speaking generally? It sounds like she's trying to speak at them like they actually tried to convert her to their religion. I don't know. I might have missed something.
Blogs with anyone. I love to have conversation. Like, something that's going on right now is like the whole trans women in biological women's sports. I honestly think it's a case-by-case basis.
Why do you think that it should be a case-by-case basis? Because I don't think that they should be allowed in women's sports at all.
I agree with you on that. It should be not case per case. It just shouldn't be allowed, because I mean, we've seen it. I don't know statistics offhand, but people just dominate that are biologically men.
I feel like dealing with like absolutes in a general sense, like in the political discourse, can be a very dangerous thing, because as he mentioned, there are outliers, and we always have to, you know, factor those in. So I'm not sure I agree with that, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I think my
Wrong.
Absolutely.
Wrong.
It has been proven time and time again. The biological men competing in those female sports are destroying with very little effort. Roll the clip.
biological male, has just become the first transgender person to win a world title in cycling.
First transgender weightlifter winning her maiden international event as a woman.
A biological male winning a gold medal in a women's event now seems a matter of when, not if.
The difference is, I don't think that trans women are biological women. I'm not gonna be a dick. If you want me to refer to you as she, her, I'll do that. I'll call you by your name. I'm gonna give you that respect as a human being.
It's okay.
I'll call you by your name, but if you got a PP and you were born with a PP, I'm gonna call you a man, he, him. If you were born with the TTs, I'm gonna call you a woman, she, her. You can get mad at me, you can throw your stones. If you were born with the TTs,
He ain't gonna do it.
I'm gonna call you a woman, she, her. You can get mad at me, you can throw your stones.
She make it clap. I got the strap. 20 new gas. Feel like I'm savage. 20 new.
I don't understand what you guys mean by outliers because they're all men. So what do you mean? I see this as absolute. Trans women are not women, they're men.
I mean, I would never like call it ignorance or something. It's just everyone has their own views. I can completely understand that.
Should we vote, like, democratically?
I mean, I'm gonna say you're probably a 5. Just
Yeah.
from, not a bad thing, but yeah, and it's not a bad thing.
Well, how do you feel on like an abortion topic?
Well, abortion, I feel like dangerous abortion is going to happen if it's got rid of, and there are, I mean, I don't want to go into a small percentage, which it is, but there are late-term ones where the mom will die. And then there's also ones where if you make abortion legal, like coat hangers are a thing. It's sad, but it's true.
So what if we don't count like the extreme cases? Would you say mostly
I think keep
allowed?
life, yeah, unless it's gonna harm a life, like the mom or the baby. If it's gonna come out and you can predict it's gonna be fine, then we should keep children alive. Yes.
I guess.
Completely agree. If you don't consider the abortions where women are sticking coat hangers up their vajayjays, which is an extremely small percentage of abortion. If you don't consider those, there's no good reason to kill a baby. Absolutely no good reason. The only reason you have, besides rape and incest, which two are very, very, very small percentage of abortions, the only real reason you have is just because I feel like it. Because I feel like, I mean, that's what's happening. They're killing their babies because they feel like it, if we're being honest.
What's that smell? But what the fuck? Why them niggas don't kill my nigga?
They are killing their babies because they feel like it.
I don't want to be for it, but currently I am for abortion.
What
I don't think anyone wants to be for it, so it's not something that is an easy thing to want to do.
I believe birth control should be free. I 100% support free birth control. I think that it would dramatically decrease abortions. But
nothing's free.
We need to fix the afterwards as well. So the adoption agency, I think we need to fix that. And
that's
I think
true.
We need to advocate more for younger women to know about birth control options that we have.
I kind of wanted to bring this up.
She's actually making a better point than I thought she would. I think the uprise about potential banning of abortions depending on what state you live in, the backlash from that, I think is deeply rooted in the lack of responsibility and knowledge of how to practice sexual engagements responsibly. Now, in my opinion, though I've been no angel, I think the best way to do that is to only have sex with someone that you intend on marrying and having a kid with. But if you're not going to do that, of course, I mean, it's 2022. People need to be more knowledgeable about how to be safe, how to keep themselves from getting pregnant, and what the consequences are if they do not choose to do that. I think abortion was kind of like the end all, I can always do this if I don't do that. And thus, they just kind of fuck willy-nilly, and if they get pregnant, they get pregnant, and they'll just go right ahead and kill that baby, no problem, go back to fucking, because they feel like it. Increasing knowledge about responsibility and how to practice safe sex and responsible sex would probably decrease the number of abortions, in my opinion.
Everyone kind of more like an interventionist kind of, thought process, or is it like...
Here come Navi with all these big-ass words that I've never fucking heard in my life. Interventionist, favoring intervention, especially by a government and its domestic economy, or by one country and the affairs of another. Didn't Navi say that he preferred less government intervention?
The belief that the economy functions best with minimal government influence.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I don't remember. Let me know.
Like kind of like isolationist, or even like in between. Like, do you think we should focus on our country's problems first?
Yes.
Or do you
Absolutely.
Think... Okay, yeah, that's where I stand.
Yeah. How are we going to help other countries when we have so many other things?
Yeah, so too much foreign spending.
Yeah, we just sent how much money to Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
Why? That has nothing to do with us.
I'm against the wall because I'm libertarian.
Okay.
I think most people coming here aren't coming here to hurt people. They're coming to make money and make a living.
I am actually for the wall.
I agree with that to an extent. Most people that come here are not just coming here to kill, rape, and steal. However, even the people that come here to work and make money, the issue is whether or not they're going to use that money and wealth to stimulate the American economy or the economy of where they're from. I know and have worked with a lot of people from Mexico and Honduras, and they would work and make good money, flipping houses, working on houses, stuff like that. They wouldn't use most of that money here in America. They would send it back to their family in their home country. That's money being taken out of the American economy and sent to stimulate wherever they're from. I'm not saying these people are evil for wanting to help their families. That's not what I'm saying. It's not good for America as a whole rather than the individual.
But not because I want to keep people out, strictly because I want to know who's coming into this country in a good sense. Sex trafficking in general comes through our southern border, and so do drugs. So that's the only reason. I don't care if people want to come here to immigrate, be my guest.
I'm 100% against illegal immigration, and that's not, so I am for the wall, but it's not just the wall, it's the people who are coming here and overstaying their visas. They need to go too.
My position is unique because I immigrated from Mexico when I was younger, and I wouldn't be here most likely if it weren't for that, but I do really believe that illegal immigration is just that, illegal.
Now what I'm going to have you guys do is grab your phones and go onto the politicalcompass.org and take the political compass test.
I think you did pretty good.
In the 5th spot, we have Maui. And then in 4th, we have Cameron.
I thought I'd be more like 2, 3-ish area.
And then we have Kelly in the 3rd spot.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Somebody wasn't saying everything they felt.
In the 2nd spot, we have Navi.
Okay.
And in 1st,
I didn't expect myself to move up this much. Like,
yeah,
this is like, okay, I mean. The way this like political compass test is framed, like it does evoke certain reactions, so it's not entirely like encompassing of like my views and everything, but yeah. Are you, any of you guys surprised?
I don't know.
I thought I was going to be 3rd or 2nd. In all honesty, I thought I was going to be over here.
Okay.
Some of those questions, like, I never really thought about before.
I kind of figured I'd be somewhere over here, like 4 or 5, after hearing everyone's opinions.
I mean, I think it's weird that I'm number 1 and I'm a tall, white, straight male.
A straight white man.
Perfect, yeah. If anyone out there who's watching this does not agree with...
Okay, that's a pretty solid video. I'm interested to see the liberal version of this exercise. I definitely think that I'd be on the far conservative end of the spectrum. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think a lot of people would, but yeah, it's just about the things that you value in your life, in your personal life, and in the world in general. But let me know what y'all think. Also, I want to go ahead and let y'all know that I will be posting this video on not only YouTube, but also on my new Rumble account. That's going to be Malik's Creations, just like this one here. You guys can go ahead and watch the video on here or there. Doesn't really matter to me, but I know that I say some stuff and do some stuff that maybe might not coincide with YouTube's guidelines, or even if it does coincide with their guidelines, I want to have another platform to go to should that be necessary. Thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good day. Leave a like, leave a comment, and go ahead and follow me on Rumble and subscribe on YouTube. Thank you. Have a good day. Peace.
What's that smell? But what the fuck? Bottom nigga don't kill my nigga.